Access granted.
Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Time is But a Window. Today we're going to be doing a player analysis of this guy Choo Choo, who is Master Guardian 1. Now he's a rifler, and we are supposed to check him out and see how he can improve his game. So he's going to make his way over here towards the A site. And it looks like he's actually taking charge, actually going to be going through the squeaky door. Got that Glock in hand and armor. Looks like they're actually slowing it down. His teammates in main are making the majority of the noise, and one of them does go down. He's going to open the door, check out that forklift, checking everything out as much as he can. One guy in sight comes out and tries to tap him down. Not quite able to get him, but that fire does. One guy in CT spawn, he peeks out, and he actually goes down to him. Now I can understand that they did have bomb down behind him, and he was kind of in a situation where he had to fight for his life in hopes that he could put them at bay to get that bomb. Couple save rounds coming in here. Let's see what he's able to do on this first one. And go over here to the left, takes a couple shots at him, spots him out in sight, knows his location. He's holding that left sight while his teammate pinches from the right. They're able to take control of it, and now they're in a 2v4. Maybe there won't be a couple of save rounds. Maybe they'll just win this one outright. Watching up towards heaven here, just kind of holding this position. It's kind of a long range fight, but you should go to tap and hide. CT drops off of it and looks like he's going to fall back and try to save his gun. Terrorists have this round. After winning that last round, they're able to buy up. It looks like he's pushing up here towards A main and holding in case of a push. One guy over by that fence wasn't quite able to catch him out, but he definitely heard that scout shot. He knows he's there, and he's going to take some spam shots and hope for the best. Guy's going to move back over towards quad. Choo Choo's going to check over here. Sees the truck, but he can't actually spot that guy out because of that smoke. Smoke fades away, and he does kind of go full spray there. I think that he could have just easily tapped that and probably gotten that kill. He's got a scout making his way over here towards middle. He does spot one guy jump up onto that white box. He is able to tag him. He's going to continue to hold that angle. Guy's actually going to re-peek that, which is kind of high risk, especially with that health, knowing that there's a scout watching it, and he does again. He ends up going down. One guy still by white box, peeking in case anyone jumps up. Spots out this guy in middle, is able to connect with a nice little headshot onto him. He's going to pick up this pistol. Looks like they're trying to discuss where they should go. They know where the last guy is, and he's got bomb down, so they're going to have to try to get that bomb from him and go to the other site, or they're going to try to attack him, which they do, and they take him down. Alright, so he's holding the B push from mid connector, which isn't the greatest spot to hold the B push from. You don't have the best angle, but I don't think anyone's set up for it. I think so that he just kind of adapted and tried to take that position. He was able to spot someone pushing out B, and now he's obviously made his way in the middle, taking one guy out by white box. So I think given the situation, unless it was discussed beforehand, he did the best he could, though if he knew he was supposed to be watching B, I would have played it from farther back towards T spawn, if you guys know what I mean. I do sort of want to clarify this for last round. When I'm saying farther back watching B, I mean like out here, watching this area towards sunroom. That way if anyone pushes in, you're sitting here and you can just spot them out, take the shot and hide. Or maybe call out if there's another one pushing in, and your teammate mid can actually rotate over and assist. So his teammates were able to get some picks over towards A, and as you guys can see on the radar, both of the last two players are at B, so they're trying to probe the A site. Here we can see Choo Choo is in middle, just kind of watching for a push. Another little flashbang. His teammates have taken the site, probably realized no one's there by now. And again, the last two guys are over at B, so it looks like he's just going to hold for rotation and see if anyone tries to rotate over. I can't imagine the CTs would. I assume they'll probably go save by like sunroom. One of them's actually creeping all the way around towards terrorist spawn. The other one's over in tree room. And Choo Choo is actually going to peek out here. He's going to spot one guy in a moment, I think. Peeks out towards truck, and now he's going to go all the way out. There he goes. Spots him out, and he's probably going to try to go for the re-peek. Though in all honesty, with his money, if he doesn't get this kill and instead gets traded, he's not going to have enough money, so if I were him, I'd kind of just try to make sure I save this AWP. Again, he seems to be holding the B push from this mid connector area. One guy pushing through spawn. He's able to take that guy out that has pushed through spawn, but he still has one more guy that could potentially be pushed up at B. Because usually there's two guys playing B, and it's very rare that one guy will push up alone, though it did happen in this case. And there he goes, gets that second guy. Alright, so they've already taken full control of B, the final guy was in heaven, and they decided to just go on after him and take him down. Now there is one guy pushed up in middle here. Seems to know he's there. Maybe a teammate had called it, but he was able to do damage, or kill him. And one more guy pushed A. Wow, it looks like they're kind of all scattered around. If you actually look at how the CTs are rotating, one guy's pushing aggressive here at B. And one guy's super aggressive over at A, so they're able to get those two picks, and that actually puts them in a 3v2. Very bad move for the CTs, in my opinion. Now he's following his teammate over here towards B. His teammate's going to throw a Molotov up close, which I'm not exactly sure what that one was for, but Choo Choo's going to peek over him. He sees the guy up there at heaven. He's able to pick him off. And the last guy's over here at B, but I think they have the site pretty clear, so I imagine that him and his teammate are going to be clearing out the site. They swap the last guy in sight, and they're able to take him down. Again, he seems to like to watch B from this mid connector, which I think is a terrible spot to watch it from. You can be overwhelmed here, and you really don't have as good of a fallback. You have a better range advantage from the other area that I had mentioned earlier. And I just think this is a big mistake that he keeps going over here to play this with an AWP. Not Sunroom, but from that mid connector. One guy is up here in checkers, and this guy has a major advantage on an AWP pushing up, so looks like he's going to try to throw this Molotov in sight. I would have probably thrown it towards checkers, because you always want to clear out that right corner in case there is a guy there. He's just going to walk in here backwards and get tased. Alright, so he's holding outside of B by Sunroom right now. His teammate seems to have gotten flanked in middle, so he's kind of gotten his tension slightly diverted towards mid. It looks like B guys are also pushing out. So he's going to be caught from both angles in a moment. Looks like he's able to take down one. Spots out another one. Ooh, they lined up really nice for him. This is a pretty lucky round. One guy over there to the right, two guys here. They're all kind of chasing him down. And the inevitable demise happens. No lucky ace this time, but it was still fun to watch. Gonna throw a flashbang over here towards A main. One guy peeks aggressively. He re-peeks while his teammate fires at him. It's a good little trade setup right there that he was in. So good thing he was able to get that kill without his teammate dying. But this other guy over by fence seems to be getting the best of him. Was able to take down his teammate. You know he's over there, but it's kind of his teammate's job to be holding that angle for him so that guy can't move out without a call. That way he'd be able to tell him if he's over by quad or if he's no longer in a known position. Either way, he does go down to this guy over by forklift, and that round is over. Looks like his team is pushing out into the site. One guy runs in there with a mag 7. He's going to be able to get the planner. That's game changer right there. He also got this guy down really low. The terrorists could, the CTs could potentially win this against the terrorists. I mean, they got the 2 AWPs, that's one shot. If they get the right 2 people, pull their pistol and finish the last guy off, this is like a no-brainer, easy win. But we'll see here. Choo Choo's kind of hanging out over here in A main. No one is fully flanking around, which is a good thing for him, because with this positioning, he's got that Tech 9, and all he has to do is get tagged once by that AWP, and he would go down. I feel like he should be holding the longer angle in A main. But again, they were spotted out. He came out. He assisted his teammate. He did good. Looks like his teammate has taken the charge over here at B and just kind of run straight in there. With that smoke up, Choo Choo really had no way of covering him. It was a bad idea from his teammate, and he could have probably told his teammate that he had no cover on him and maybe his teammate would have fallen back, but I doubt it. At this level, he probably just felt confident his teammate wasn't going to stop no matter what. Either way, they were able to get that early first pick, so they are in the 3v4 right now. This guy over by box with that shotgun is doing a great amount of damage. I'd back off of it. Croco just died. Choo Choo is going to be holding this still. Don't forget, his teammate just came out through the vent. He's able to take down 2 guys. That guy is, well, one guy pushed him in checkers. And that turned around quite a bit. But they should know this last guy's over at B, and I imagine they're going to redirect back all the way towards A to make this guy rotate. They're planning for A main. Good plant spot. His teammate did get spotted out though. His teammate's going to go into squeaky door, and he's going to be playing over here by quad. I like the other side of this quad box because you can hold like a little bit of a gap and just kind of use your reaction time and shoot him as he comes in, and there's not much he can do. But he is still able to get that kill. Threw a smoke over here at B. One guy charged in, and him and his teammate both weren't able to connect with him. Movement speed's fast. The guy has a submachine gun. It's understandable. Sometimes that happens. Doesn't really matter how good your reaction time is, just the game's movement is a little unexpected sometimes. He's trying to spam through this wall. I mean, he's relatively close. He's no-scoping it, so it's completely random luck if he hits anything anyways. But he could get lucky. Looks like Machete is at, what's his name, right? Oh, Machete. Well, he pushes. Strix is able to get him. Strix is also able to get the guy at fence. That pretty much just gave them access to the site. So if I were them, and they had a smoke, I'd smoke off truck and go in. Doesn't look like they're gonna need to because Strix just completely dominated when he pushed in. He just obliterated that guy over to the left with that CZ. And the last guy is at the other side and goes down to his teammate. First half score 11-4. Incredibly good first half. This should be won relatively quick. Looks like the terrorists have taken the B site without much of any resistance. They were able to take one guy down who was watching it all the way back by like tree. They're able to pick one guy as he goes in towards checkers, but he's getting flanked right now and he's going to go down. Well, they weren't able to win that first pistol round last half. They did win the second round eco, so maybe they'll be able to pull something like that, but it's not looking good at this point. He peeks out and he actually goes down to this guy in mid pretty quickly. Again, playing back with that silenced USP and no armor. I don't expect much to happen this round, but it's Counter-Strike and anything's possible. His teammate's able to get one pick. The door is going to be opened. Gonna take some shots here. Connects with him a little bit. That guy in the door only has a pistol as well, it seems, but he does have armor. Take some shots. And looks like he's going to go down. That leaves his teammate in a 1v3. Looks like the terrorists are making their way over towards B quick. A call has been made, and one of his teammates has actually gone down, so he's going to rotate his way to the vent here. Now, there's one guy watching it. He decides to try to push through it with that USP. He's going to try to pull his AWP here. He's kind of lucky to still be alive. That guy took several shots right there while he was down to 5 health already. Nade comes in, and he's going to go down. Honestly, guys, the rotation through the vent with the AWP, while it's not advised typically, if you're going to do it, you're going to want to at least pick, you know, checkers with the AWP rather than just a silenced USP. Looks like he's playing B this round with his teammate. His teammate's able to get one pick over at B main. You guys drop through vents towards checkers. And he's spotting checkers. He's able to do a little bit of damage to him. His teammate was able to do a little bit too. It's actually not a bad round. 2v2 here. One guy here boosted, and he's able to take him down. Good headshot on that guy. And then, of course, he talks a little bit of shit, but we all do that from time to time, right? One guy peeks out from A main. He's caught out in the open with the USP, and he's just completely screwed. Terrible positioning. Looks like the terrorists have taken the B site once again. B site is definitely having some issues. He's going to be flanking all the way around from here. Now, usually you wouldn't have to worry about a guy all the way back over here towards A this late into the round. But it looks like there is one guy lurking all the way back around there. He's going to try to take the B site. They're running a little bit out of time. He's able to get this guy over by checkers. One more guy in sight. Let's see if he's able to take him down. He sprays at him. He isn't quite able to take him down. Teammate's able to get that flank. Does some damage here. Gets re-peeked. And now Strix can get into sight and maybe get that bomb defused. Game's starting to get pretty close. The score is 13-10. Strix was not able to actually win that last round. He couldn't find a diffuser. And because of that, he ran out of time and the bomb blew up. Choo Choo's holding this angle with a silenced USP. It's not a terrible angle. I mean, again, he's got no armor, so chances are he'll get tagged once, become inaccurate, and the rest of those bullets are just going to fly randomly. But he's able to tag one a little bit. So the two guys spotting him out. He actually hasn't been killed yet, which is kind of surprising because he's been so out in the open, but he finally does go down and on to the next round. Alright, so he's trying to catch them off guard by pushing aggressive through the smoke in middle here. Luckily for them, they don't have anyone actually holding back, but they usually do play a guy holding back. So he's going to be flanking around here. Good timing on this. A lot of the terrorists have gone down. Catches the last two guys, and he's able to take them down. Very well done flank. Wise flank. A lot wiser than I would have been about it, because I would have really expected a guy to be waiting back over to the left and mid. I want to mention, it doesn't really matter if what you do typically is perceived as dumb, as long as it works against players that you're playing against. You want to outplay the players, not outplay the game. Because just because one thing is smart and typically works against people doesn't mean it'll work against everyone. And just because something is dumb and seems high risk doesn't mean it won't work against certain people on certain rounds. The main goal is just to win the round and do whatever you feel you've read in the round to win. One guy pushed out here over towards quad. It's taken down by his teammate. You got a nice little crossfire, and they have the bomb down. Last guy's over here by forklift. He spotted him out, but he's going to chase him. And I think that all he needed to do was kind of hold back, hold that crossfire with his teammate, and they would have been totally fine. But now his teammate is all of a sudden in a 1v2. I mean, they don't have rifles. Well, one of them does now, but it's still a difficult situation. A couple guys making their way over here towards B. He's aggressive. One guy crosses. He does spot him out. Just kind of watching that left side in case anyone tries to peek him from checkers, but he is kind of caught in a bad spot if they decide to push him, or they throw an incendiary grenade at him like that. He's going to push in and try to take out the guy by checkers, but he goes down. He's on another full save. He hears them making their way towards the vent. He's going to try to flank here, and he's probably just going to get killed. Oh, he's able to take one guy out, and then he gets traded. Well, the game has gone complete 180, and right now the score is 14-14. The goal is to try to make sure they at least tie this, I'm sure, but everyone wants that win. One guy by that vent, his teammate pushes and able to take him down. He's kind of playing 3 mid, which is a very strong mid, but they're playing a very weak B, which is surprising because they keep losing that B site. I mean, throughout the entire game, that site has been compromised. He's going to throw a flashbang over here into the smoke. His teammate's peeking up from heaven. So he's going to have the smoke going out, smoking off that left side of sight. Not a bad place to smoke out, but the guy's going to peek out from the left side there. He's able to take him down, and now they're pinching the final guy in sight. They know where he's at, and they're able to take him down and win the round. Looks like he's playing this aggressive angle over here at B again in that right corner, but he actually is going to be falling back because his teammate has spotted some people aggressive over towards mid. They've actually taken control of mid, and it looks like he's going to be pushing up Z right now. Let's see if he can actually try to pick one of these guys. The smoke's going to come in, keep him from pushing out. Don't think he's going to challenge it. At this point, he really doesn't need to. Gonna rotate his way back over here. Throws a nice incendiary grenade in the middle to try to keep them at bay. But one guy has managed to push up here. He's gonna be making his way back towards middle. His teammate kind of had the sight, but goes down. One guy planning in sight. One guy now spotted out in middle with an AWP. Got lucky that guy didn't hit the shot. But now they're in a 2v1, and they could easily set up in a little bit of a crossfire or in decent positions, so that one guy spots him out and the other guy can peek out and take him out from the side. So it's got a flashbang set up. Throws the flashbang towards highway, peeks it, takes a shot, doesn't spot anyone out. The guy's actually making his way over towards truck, but his teammate is watching the truck side. His teammate's actually out in the open, kind of. So if his teammate goes down, he can't get the trade, but his teammate's able to get the pick. Well, it was Sticks after all. His teammate Sticks did kind of dominate the entire thing. Alright guys, let's go over the notes for this game. Let's start off with the terrorist side. Oh, by the way, I originally had said that he was a rifler. I guess I was wrong. I must have misread the email or something, because as we can see, he used a rifle on the CT side, used a sniper rifle AWP on the terrorist side. So I'm going to say maybe a hybrid, maybe just a sniper on T, and CT he plays more of a role-playing type position. Either way, he was all over the place on CT side, playing wherever he felt he needed to be playing. One round they stacked a lot of guys in mid, and when he played over at B, he usually played a little more aggressive than he needed to. Like when he had the ump, he was peeking out over towards checkers, even though that's a pretty long range shot for an ump, and he probably would have been better off just trying to stay in sight. After his teammate had gotten that first pick, he probably should have told his teammate to come back to sight, and they could have both played like a little bit of a crossfire in there, forcing the terrorists to push towards them since they had the man advantage. Other things that he could have done is on the terrorist side, needs to be more confident using that AWP. He keeps trying to switch to that pistol in almost every situation. And while he did get kills here and there with that pistol, I mean, it's a pretty strong pistol, let's be honest. He should be a little bit more comfortable with the AWP if he's going to be using it at close, medium, and long ranges. He should also try to play farther back with the AWP when he's holding the B push. Instead of playing from that connector, which gives you a small little pixel shot that you either hit, and if two guys push you, you'll hit one, the other guy will trade you. If you play all the way back, they're too far away to really do too much. I mean, they can get lucky and dink you and get lucky and kill you sometimes, but for the majority of the time, you're going to be able to get that first pick, hide behind that wall as he tries to shoot you, maybe tags your arm for a slight amount of damage, and then you'll be able to re-peek and hold the angle, also calling it for your teammate to peek from that middle connector so that you have a crossfire on the situation, which is much better. More things on the CT side. He kept getting caught out in the open when he was holding positions. It would have been nice to have him just kind of make sure to try to stay in those positions. You can only get shot from one angle at a time. So like when he was out in the, well, he was kind of talking a little bit of shit to the other team, so maybe he was a little distracted one of the times, but he actually did do it on several occasions, and even on the terrorist side while holding the bomb, it felt like he was putting himself in compromising positions where you get shot from more than one angle. Again, biggest thing on the terrorist side is since you are using that sniper rifle, try to hold those longer angles, like when you were holding A main, you could be watching all the way towards the flank instead of just watching that close angle with the Tech 9. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say for now. I think if you improve those couple of things, it'll help you out greatly. And you know, once you do and you feel like you've gotten those things pretty much covered, feel free to send another demo, and I would probably check it out and see if there's anything else you can improve on. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and feel free to email me your demos at metaworldstudio@gmail.com, and have a great day.